if you got to choose, how many grandkids would you want?
I don't care how many, as long as I have one. I almost heard myself on my mic there.
Wild Til 9! Are you ready? Yep, let's go home.
What's up, Tillers? Welcome back to the pod, and welcome our second time returning special guest, MomDIY.
Hey, Tillies. I'm back.
19 more times and you'll be on par with Remy.
Yeah, no. Just 2 more times. Ooh, for
That's
the
my
100th
goal.
episode, it can just be MomDIY and Remy episode.
Oh, that I would love that.
I support all these combinations.
That's so cute.
Yes.
That would be a good group episode, actually, with the 4 of us.
What was that? Just the 4 of us?
Just the 4 of us.
Name a combination with Remy that's not a good one.
That's
true.
right.
That's true.
You know, some people are just like bring life into
Yes,
rooms.
yeah. She's
Just
got
like
so much personality.
An
Yeah.
agreeable person
Yeah.
all the way
Yeah.
around.
Positive, cheerful.
And then there's us.
I would say I'm pretty easy to get along with.
How did that turn into an insult to me?
I would say that you are more picky with the people that you enjoy to spend your time around.
I do really enjoy my time with some people.
Yeah. Well, like, so for
Specific
example,
people.
we just booked a little staycation, like work from Airbnb trip in a week and a half, just like a little last minute cute one. And we're like, oh, like, should we invite like a few friends up to like come stay with us maybe for like 1 or 2 nights, just like play games and like have dinner or whatever. And I let Jeremy make that decision because again, I'm pretty flexible with that. And
Yeah.
So Jeremy's list was pretty short.
Jeremy's got a little bit of a short list. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's my time to enjoy myself.
Right.
So
Surround yourself with people that you want to enjoy your time with.
Right,
I
exactly.
get it.
The
Yeah.
list, some people's lists is just a bit smaller than other people's
Yeah.
lists.
I would say I'm more tailored,
More tailored.
Yeah.
You know, I
refined.
quality time with quality people, and your list of quality is just a little shorter.
Actually, though, my list is not that big for people that I want to be staying in the same space for more than 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yeah.
Most of my family.
Yeah.
I've got 2 really rambunctious cousins who, when I say that, I feel like it makes them sound like they're like 8 and 12-year-old boys, but they're 31 and 28.
Yeah.
And I love them dearly.
They
but
don't make the short list.
It's just like one of them needs a volume button.
Well, and as the outsider looking in, you can just tell that they thoroughly enjoy each other's company. And they have a great personality with each other, fighting or not fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, they have their own inside jokes that I think is quite funny to watch, but I wouldn't want to, live with it 24/7.
Right.
Right.
When I flew my family out a couple years ago just to like come stay. Actually, no, it would have been 4 years ago.
This is pre-me.
Pre you.
Yeah. Before Jeremy.
Yeah, BJ.
Yeah, it's BJ.
Oh, that stuff.
I heard it. I stopped.
I know,
You
it's
went with
just-
it? Yeah. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, well,
you
she
can't
went.
finish that.
Right off the side of the cliff.
Yeah. We just rented them a whole Airbnb to just have a little bit of healthy separation right across the street. And you know what? At that time, I actually lived in a loft space. So where did I sleep? Because this is when I lived in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would have been on an air mattress in the living room, right? Because I think I gave you guys the bed.
That's right.
And because there was
That
like,
was an impractical space
Yeah, it
because it
wasn't a
wasn't
great
even a
space.
bedroom. It wasn't even a proper bedroom.
no.
Like there was a
was a
partial
loft.
wall there. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
wonder
gotta,
if
you don't get much sympathy when it was like a loft with a thing, and I was like, it didn't sound all that bad. Like,
Yeah.
it sounded small. I'm sure it was small. I was like, it
It
was
was
a loft
a-
overlooking the.
I mean,
You know?
I was literally on. It was a great apartment. For my first apartment,
Okay.
it was really small, but it was really cool.
It was bigger than the place that you had in Toronto because that was like I
Okay,
don't
well,
know.
Toronto gives you shoe
that
boxes.
was like I don't know 500 square feet or something.
Oh my god, my Toronto
That was
apartment
tiny.
was
Which is
I
a
think-
mansion in New York.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. The living room was practically in the kitchen.
I think
Oh,
in
there were separate spaces.
Toronto.
Well, no.
Oh no, my living room was literally in the kitchen. Like
Yeah.
it was
You cook on the
one
couch.
little cube. And then even my bedroom just had like a sliding door on
Because
it.
there was no room for a door to
Yeah,
swing
to
in
swing
and out.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it basically just fit the bed in.
It was
Yeah.
just the bed. I didn't even have a TV because there was nowhere to put it because the couch was just facing the kitchen because it was almost touching the kitchen island.
But you were in the city.
But I was in the city.
It was a great spot. It was right in the entertainment district.
Yeah.
So you could walk everywhere. It was fabulous. Great restaurant.
That's all you need.
It was a great spot.
It was a great spot. So now that we've talked shit about my whole family,
which we love,
yes.
You want to get into mine?
You're right. Should we roast your
That's
family
next.
now a little bit?
You go and start.
Well, I feel like is poor timing now. But what I was gonna say is that we get so many questions about why Mom DIY is on the podcast, but not Dad DIY, and why Donna is also not on the
it's
podcast.
like Mom DIY again.
No, people love the episode with you on the podcast.
We asked all three of them to come, and you're the only
Only
one.
Mom DIY showed up.
My mom, I don't know what it would take for her to come on to this podcast.
Oh, she would be so wildly uncomfortable.
She would be disinterested as well. Like
She would be disinterested, and it would be a very stressful situation for me because I filter out a lot around Donna. Donna one time referred to me as a delight.
I refer to you like that all the time. Oh, my daughter in LA, she's a delight.
I am a delight.
I always say that. My daughter, the delight.
in small servings in passing.
Do I not make the short list? Is this what you're both saying? Is I'm not on the short list?
Well, I didn't see myself on the guest list for San Diego.
True.
Good. But yeah, Dad DIY is just not like a chatty guy. He's just like he's actually fixing the door in a room right now because he's just a Mr. Fix It. He's Dad DIY.
Yeah.
Also,
He
if
is.
you have Dad DIY on Instagram, Dad DIY one would actually love the handle if you're not actively using it.
Somebody reached out to me proactively this week, no less, with the handle Lewis, Lewis.
Oh, that's a great handle.
Great handle. And he said, would you be interested? I said, sure. He said, well, what would you be willing to offer? I said, I wouldn't. Well, but like, I'll sell it. I go, okay.
Okay.
And, a week or two goes by. I was like, yes, like a couple offers on the table. So like, what would you offer for it? I go, well, once again.
Not
Well,
interested.
But like, if you have a price in mind, you can tell me.
You know, be a good.
That's why no one wants to play Catan with you.
Oh my god! Oh my god! So we just learned how to
I
play
have to give you
Catan.
5 resource cards for your wife.
He's a businessman.
I was just looking at the board and I wanted to make a fair, everyone should eat when we make these deals.
So we just learned how to play Catan, and we have so many friends that have been trying to get us on board forever.
Is Catan, it's got to be an international type of game, right?
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I probably get the most story responses when I post anything about Catan because people are obsessed with it. And we have, I'm not kidding, we probably have 4 to 5 couples in our lives that they have promised to teach us how to play Catan, but no one's actually stepped up to the plate. So I learned over Christmas.
Well, okay, that's not fair. Matt and Tiff have offered several times at the very end of the night when everyone wants to go to bed.
Oh my god, yeah, like midnight. And then like Catan is like not, like you need full brain capacity for Catan. So I played a few times over Christmas, and with my minimal knowledge and a few YouTube videos, we made our way through the game, and it was wonderful. But
Successfully.
Jeremy is a salesman at heart until he dies, and so it is very difficult to make any kind of trade with Jeremy.
Notice, I don't think I initiated one trade.
That's not true. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe.
I don't think I initiated any, but I did when people were to bring me trades. I just wanted to make sure that the exchange was fair. Equitable, one might say.
No, you wanted to make sure that you optimized your position in the game.
Well, as I was not the one making the offer, I was just making sure that what I was willing to give up was no. The game was made for my type of person.
Of strategy, right? I know.
For me, who works in the public sector with healthcare my whole life. Oh, are you sure that's going to be a fair trade?
Would you like one sheep?
Would you maybe like 2
I do have another one of these if you want to take it as mine.
Do you want a sheep for free?
Yeah, not even asking her. I could throw one in.
Are you taking sheep donations?
Yeah.
I have some sheep to donate.
Yeah. Settlers of Catan Socialism Edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The game lasts for 2 days.
Just keeps on just going back and forth, back and forth. It's fun though.
It's a great game.
I noticed at the end of the YouTube video, they started pitching us on another.
Well, so they have
offshoot.
different versions
Right.
of like the different hexagons of like the lands. They have different terrains.
Got it.
Or with different
So
resources.
If you're sick of trading sheep for hay or wheat or whatever, you can go trade other, I don't know, seashells for mermaids. I don't really know what the other ones are. But
Seashells for mermaids.
yeah, seashells for mermaids.
Hot commodity.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
So Mom and Dad DIY are in town for the week, and we have had, what did we do this week?
Well,
Well, it's Valentine's Day, which is every time. We always share Valentine's Day with you guys.
Yeah, this is not the
Which,
first
first off-
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, which, by the way, works out quite nicely for me. That's fantastic. That
Yeah, a lot of people asked if we made it to the Magic Castle. And because we got to go to Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah, walk us through how that progressed. Because it started with Magic Castle, and then it was like, but then if you go to the Super Bowl, we wouldn't have to go to Magic Castle. And I go, really? If I can squeeze the Super Bowl,
Yes.
then we won't have to go to Magic Castle.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And we did.
What do you mean? That was great. Imagine if I was like, get me to Super Bowl and Magic Castle date on Valentine's Day.
Right.
That'd be a
that would also logistically very difficult.
Right. We would have been pooped.
But Greg and I just want to put it out there, would love to go to the Magic Castle.
Do you think Dad would put on a full like black tie thing for it?
Absolutely. We went on cruises and we got dressed up on cruises.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, if you throw a suit into a suitcase to go on a boat, for sure he would.
On cruises, they have formal nights and you have to do the whole thing.
And now, what if you didn't bring attire?
You can't go to formal night.
Well, you can always go to the buffet. You can wear anything in the buffet, but we don't do that.
Standard fare buffet.
Yeah, well, actually,
Always.
we're never probably doing a cruise again.
Well,
But
never say never.
No, I will never get on another cruise ship.
Okay, well, it sounds
It's
like
not for me. Not my cup of tea.
Sounds like I will never be on a cruise ship. I've never been on one.
You've never been on one? I don't think you would like it.
Oh, I have no aspirations to find my way one.
I mean,
Yeah.
the 24-hour ice cream machine, big fan.
Yeah, I guess.
Big
But no, that's not my ideal vacation.
That's also not my
Going
ideal
back to the whole, I like 6 people.
Trapped on a boat with 2,000.
You don't want 5,000 people
Well, I
with
looked
you?
at Norwegian and I was like, is there an option to rent the whole thing out? They didn't give it to me, and so we didn't book it.
This is the yacht money thing. This is where this comes in. So
Right.
we have the friend that has the yacht. And
Well-
then the short list, you actually get expedited to Jeremy's short list if you have a yacht.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and then I can use it. It's convenient,
Yeah, yeah.
filled with gas. You're going to actually pilot it.
Right.
Did I miss anything?
I think
A
that's
stock bar.
stock bar, right? Maybe some snacks,
That's more of a you thing, but yeah.
stock snacks.
Yeah.
You don't want stock snacks?
Well, I could make it, I think, a little bit farther in the day without a snack.
100% would perish.
Which it's so funny because we met a new couple this last weekend. We hung out with a new couple.
Oh, yeah.
For the Super Bowl, and it's always interesting to break down the fundamental difference of what I think a woman is, which is when I warned them, hey, you have to have a clear bag just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
About
Either
this.
a really small bag or a clear one.
And I learned like between the first time and second time, had ordered a new one, had a new game plan, had figured out how we were going to move all these things around. And Nick responds, oh yeah, my pockets are her purse. I'm like, wow, we're dating different people.
Right.
Very different people.
Right.
That's a different breed.
Yeah.
Right.
That would
Right.
never fly for you.
Pack your own parachute.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I pack 2 parachutes.
Yeah, 2 parachutes and like they'll both have crumbs on them from like the crackers that you've eaten on top.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But when you have a headache, who comes to the rescue?
And when I forget my parachute, I'm also good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have Tylenol and I have a parachute. For
I
it.
think that's genetic because
Yeah.
I too would have 2 parachutes, both with snacks in them.
Yeah, see?
When you travel with people that don't eat, this is what drives me crazy because they just have this endless ability to function without food.
I literally, when people are like, oh yeah, I don't eat breakfast, I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
that.
don't understand how you're not dead on the ground by 10:30 a.m.
I'd like to think that I could go without lunch or dinner. I mean, I would be hungry, don't get me wrong. But if I have no breakfast, the day has not begun.
I'm not kidding. Jeremy doesn't get out of bed until his Fruity Pebble waffles are sitting on the doorstep. Tell me that's inaccurate.
Word from our sponsor. Every once in a while, I do hit the old.
Fruity Pebble Postmate?
Yeah.
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 Right. You set your alarm for another 42 minutes until the Postmates is here.
There have been several times where I
Yes.
just fell asleep, woke up a lot later and go, I'll just get another one of those because that's not going to be good anymore. You'd be shocked how just short the shelf life is on
A Fruity Pebble waffle.
waffles. Yeah.
I think that's information that I will never know.
Just so you, well, when you cross that bridge, you're going to go, I'm glad I knew that.
You knew that.
You got to eat them hot.
There's your Fruity Pebble waffle. Your Fruity Pebble parachute. Now she's equipped.
Okay, great.
She's got the information.
Are you twirling your Aura ring?
Yeah, so I just got this new Aura ring and I'm very excited about it. So apparently it's really, really great at tracking sleep, but I am getting mixed reviews on it tracking like your activity, which is more what I would like it to do.
Well, how much activity have you really done to be tracked?
Bitch, I have worked out every single weekday for the last 5 weeks.
A little aggressive.
And I need you to respect
I
that.
just has it tracked?
No, I put it on last night. I put it on 12 hours ago.
That's what I'm saying. It's what. Give it a time. Give it a little bit of time.
So it gives me a sleep score, which I did pretty well with last night. I just want to let everyone know.
You're 77% ready for the day, correct?
I am. So my sleep score was an 80, which is an A- in Canada.
Basically perfect.
And I'm ready for activity. I'm 94% optimal to do some activity.
Oh, you're up from what you were.
No.
before.
That's my readiness for the day is only a 77.
Oh.
I think it's only because I slept 6.5 hours last night.
Okay.
I can actually see now exactly what time Jeremy came to bed at because I went from deep sleep to awake sleep at around 4:30 because someone disrupted me
That tracks. Yeah.
and was trying to have a full conversation of which I participated very little.
It's a fun thing we do.
Okay, so now it's all coming together when you were complaining about how Lauren falls asleep mid-sentence.
No.
It's at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. That
I'm piecing it all together
That
now.
I would forgive. I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about like
It all totally
I'm talking
makes
about
sense.
7:30 p.m. We're about to eat dinner.
No, what happens is that we're like chatting in bed. It's like maybe 12:30, like we're ready to like go to sleep. We're like both off our phones, laying and chatting, and like I just start drifting off. And you know what happens sometimes too? It's like when conversation, like words from conversation start getting like weaved into like the beginning of a dream.
Well, I know that it happens because and then when tomorrow we'll do it, I'll just get
It's either
the flail.
It's either the jerk or I'll
Yeah.
say something totally irrelevant that's completely unrelated to whatever you're talking about.
But that part doesn't really throw me off from a conversation perspective. I go, well, okay, we can talk about that now.
Yeah. So it's not personal.
No, I know.
It's not personal.
It's a you thing.
Maybe it's because your voice is soothing.
That is
Soothing.
Yeah.
try a future in sales.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. That's great.
It's a soothing voice.
When it comes to looking good, Stitch Fix has you covered. Say goodbye to endless browsing and hello to fresh picks curated for your taste and size. When it's time to update your closet, you can schedule a fix and a stylist will send you 5 pieces that fit your style, size, and price range, with no subscription required. Keep what you like and return the rest.
If you're feeling bored with your closet, then Stitch Fix is perfect for you. They make it so easy with their style quiz where they can learn your preferences from your favorite colors to preferred fits and price ranges. They work with amazing brands like Madewell and Sanctuary, so you can trust the quality you are getting. My last Fix delivery was, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. I got these little UGG slip-ons that I already have in a different color, but they have confetti from Craftopia literally glued to the bottom of them. So I got a new pair of those and I got a really cute little workout set from Nike that they picked out that is, I 100% would have just bought it for myself.
Okay, but like everything looks cute on you, so you're not really a difficult one. I am the difficult one here. I am like a weird body size. Like I genuinely know that not many people would be interested or could look anywhere near good in the things that fit me. And they nailed everything they sent to me as well. And it's time to get the look that just like feels like you. Get started today by filling out your free style quiz at stitchfix.com/wild9 and take advantage of free shipping and returns. That's stitchfix.com/wild9 to try Stitch Fix. stitchfix.com/wild9.
So I asked the good people of the pod on Instagram, I guess it'd be the good people of Instagram for the pod, if there were any MomDIY specific questions that we wanted to, I don't want to say rapid fire because I feel like that would stress you out, but the good people of the pod had some questions for you, and I don't know all the answers to these, so I'm excited to hear.
We're just putting her in the hot seat. We don't have any participation.
I mean, we do have some participation. I mean, you can
You could say that's not true.
Yeah.
You never do that.
right, exactly.
Or no, okay, got it.
You're embellishing.
Yeah.
Lauren's good at that. Just like adding a little spice to things.
Yeah. What do you mean? A little spice.
Yeah, a little hyperbole.
Ooh, you know what? One of the most, so I'm an only child. I have no siblings. And a lot of
We can
people.
tell. We can definitely tell.
Sir?
Yes.
Only child on the other side of the room?
I have like 97 half siblings. At least.
Does not count.
Yeah, does it because you were raised
Does
as an
not
only
count.
child?
Yeah.
Kind of like Moose.
You can't take me away from my nature. I knew it.
Moose, Jeremy, and Lauren.
Right.
All only children. Make
Spoiled
a
as shit.
special little pod.
Socially inept. Yes. All of us.
But I had so many questions of people who wanted to know your advice on making the decision between just sticking with one. So this person said we are currently debating whether to have a second, and we lean towards no.
And we are talking about children, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I maybe we should still on the same. Got it.
Oh, well, only children to have a second offspring.
Got it.
So what is the question?
So why did you only have one? Did you think about having two?
yeah.
And if so, what deterred you? Was it because I was so
I was gonna say,
perfect?
and we can do this in 2 takes if you want to do the honest version, and then we'll do the one for the internet.
I think it's just because I was such an incredible baby. They're like, oh, we got so lucky. We'll just stick with this one really great one.
Okay. Well, that's not quite. Well, I think part of it is because we waited so long. We were older when we had you.
How old were you and Dad when you had me?
Geez. How old are you? You're 20.
I don't even know. 28.
Yeah.
So I would have been 32.
That's not that old.
Granddad would have
32?
been-
I promise I will be having children later than 32.
Yeah, no. So we when you live a certain lifestyle in a certain way for many years, well, people who have kids at 25, their life is completely different because they haven't
that's
had
true.
a lot of adulthood with a lot of free time and some disposable income and free to go on vacations. It's just like you get your life settled and
So
and
we
then
wouldn't
you
be
have
booking
children.
Airbnb for next week?
No,
Yeah.
you would not. You would not. So when you're used to a certain lifestyle of going on vacation and having a lot of freedom of movement, having some disposable income, and then you have kids, it's a bigger change. So I think
Change.
yeah, change. So I think I would have, I was probably more thinking a second more than Greg was. But for me,
Really?
yeah, I would have been probably down for a second. But it was a bigger change for Greg because he had never even lived with somebody. So even just us moving in together was a big adjustment. It's like, oh, you wanted to know that I wasn't going to be home on time for supper. Like that would be information that I should share with you.
Correct.
Newsflash, right? Like those were all big adjustments. So it was a bigger adjustment for Greg.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he was a little bit more challenged with the idea of having a second, right?
Because he got finally into the swing of having one. Yeah, that makes sense.
And actually, although you cried a lot as a baby, you were a good toddler. Like we
it was.
We had freedom of movement. We could go do stuff. We could pack up, and then we kind of just thought, well, this is a pretty good lifestyle.
This is how I feel about getting another dog. It's like I feel like that's one like
Could go
people
so wrong.
always ask when we're getting another dog, but like we are able to travel with Moose. Like Moose is coming to the Airbnb next week, and like he's just so low maintenance and easy that like why would we complicate our lives just in case we get a dog that's like really really difficult?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so that's sort of like when things start getting easy, then to ponder to go through the whole baby thing again, and then we're older, right? And then,
Well, 30, especially 32 to 35, 36, you already got one.
Yeah. So, I mean, people need to do whatever works for them and what suits their lifestyle. But there's nothing, I think a lot of people kind of think, you're being mean by only having one child. Well, I don't think.
I had a great life.
Yeah, I know. I don't think you guys. So there's probably a point where Lauren thought, well, why would I want a sibling? Like,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy and I just had a conversation. I was telling you this yesterday about how we both have the luxury, and don't get me wrong, sometimes this works out really, really well. We have some friends who are married, engaged, boyfriend, girlfriend, and their significant other has siblings who are wonderful. And it's like their new best friend that'll be at every family gathering. And it's like a built-in buddy, right?
There's a butt here.
What?
There's a butt coming.
But if you have,
I felt it.
if you have in-laws from hell, and then also like a brother-in-law, sister-in-law from hell, like that's just it's. I don't know, was it maybe a 50-50 of having a good sibling-in-law when you marry into a family?
Yeah.
And so it's just something that we'll never have to think about because like we don't have to take that risk.
No.
But I will say what is nice is now that you're on the topic of siblings, it is nice that I have my sister and her family as well. So
Right.
family gatherings aren't, four of
Two
us
people.
sitting around. That makes for a big, a lot of turkey to eat, right?
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
I mean, we're very fortunate that, I have a sister that we both get along with really well.
Right.
The two families, can go away together and have fun.
Just as long as we're in separate homes.
Yeah. As long as we're not sharing the same living space.
Different
it's
toilets.
great.
different beds, doors that close.
Yeah. No, so it's great. So we still have the advantage of having like a nice, fun Christmas gathering,
Right.
With lots of people.
And also too, like once each of my cousins got a girlfriend too, that adds 2 more people. So it's like, I feel like we have the perfect size family for like one gathering where we all just fit around one table.
Right, barely.
barely. And
yeah.
then Jeremy, your family is about the same size, I feel like.
Kinda.
Yeah.
In most cases, it's just me and my mom. So
Right.
just pick up the kids' table and set it next to your table, and we'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got to choose, how many grandkids would you want?
I don't care how many, as long as I have one. I almost heard myself on my mic there. I love Moose to death, but I would like a grand dog and a grandchild.
Yeah, a grand. So you
before I'm too old to be able to enjoy my grandchild.
I saw you doing burpees yesterday. I think you're going to be just fine. Your trajectory looks good. Your
I can't
trajectory
even do
very
burpees. So
No one wants a burpee. Whoever invented the burpee can just absolutely go fuck themselves.
I know.
you know who it was? A gym teacher.
Probably.
No,
Yeah,
you know
with
what?
a
I
weird
bet it was a CrossFit instructor. CrossFit instructors are a different breed of crazy. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, so 1 grand dog and 1 grandkid.
That would be fine.
That's
or
realistic.
2 grandkids, 3 grandkids, whatever.
3, Jesus
3.
Christ. Yeah.
Whatever.
We don't farm here.
Okay, maybe not a flock, whatever.
Yeah. God.
That was a whole sport.
It's a damn starting lineup. Oh yeah. No, God. 3.
Do you know that my mom had me with no epidural, completely just
Nothing, no
natural
drugs.
birth?
Yeah.
I just want you to know
not gonna recommend that for
that
you.
we are not this cut from the same cloth.
No. I never thought that.
Yeah, there's
Genetics
no
aside,
chance.
yeah.
There is absolutely no chance.
We both have 2 parachutes.
By the way, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because epidurals back in the day,
Back in my day.
back in my time, not everybody had epidurals. They weren't routine.
Right.
So the only other choice was like some sort of like sedative that would sedate both you and the baby, and then you're kind of dozy, and then they give you your baby. It's not like you see on TV where they put the baby in the nursery and the mom is like fast asleep, resting up in their room.
Right.
The baby is in a bassinet next to you, and you're breastfeeding and you're changing their diapers, and you're not sleeping. And so, who wants to do that sedated?
Me.
Oof,
Honestly,
man.
me.
Yeah. You have me to the end, and then you go,
you
sounds
gotta
pretty
be
good.
on your toes because they don't come with an instruction manual, right?
Yeah, but Jeremy's not sedated, so I could be sedated.
What? No, hold on.
No, but they get to go home at night.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you do not.
Visiting hours are over.
You do not.
Yeah, no, it's very strict. Cedar Sinai has a very specific in and out kind of policy.
I saw this TikTok the other day. And it was the wife had put together this whole compilation of different places in the room that her husband had slept in, and he was just sleeping the whole time in the bed, on the couch, on the floor. I don't know if maybe she had a really long labor, but she was very much awake while he was very much asleep the entire time.
But I think that almost gives her a little bit of entertainment of just like, oh, look at my little husband over there. Just
I'm sure she was not entertained. I can guarantee she did not feel
But if she was
entertained.
shooting TikTok content, I mean, she must have found it a little funny.
No, I'm sure she was.
Or she had the wherewithal to at
Expressing
least, then
profanities.
at least she had the wherewithal to know that other people would find it funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
true. I saw another TikTok. It was this.
Where did you see this again?
On TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah. TikTok.
And it was this girl who I think it was a compilation of live photos because you got to see the before and after. So she had makeup and hair. And she was in labor but had not given birth yet. And she wanted to take a cute photo with her hair and makeup done before she gave birth.
Right.
She's in the
Before-
hospital. She's
yeah.
got her belly.
Yeah.
Another thing that was, I don't feel like a thing that long ago that has now become very much.
Oh
a thing.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
this
yeah,
wasn't in your
yeah,
time. Yeah. And so she smiles for a second and then she's like, take the fucking picture. Because she's in so much pain. And then you see her put on like a perfect little like camera smile. And she's like, I hate you. And so it's going back and forth through the juxtaposition of like her getting the photo for like Instagram or whatever she's taking the pics for the memes.
Yeah.
But now she's got the full circle memory of the realistic situation.
The proper response from a guy there is nothing.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. There's nothing you can say. Yeah.
You hit burst and take as many photos as you can in that short moment.
And keep your mouth shut.
And keep your
Yeah,
mouth shut.
Absolutely.
We're here.
Yeah.
No words are gonna help. Yep. I think you're gonna do fine, by the way.
Yeah, because I will take the epidural as quickly as they will give it to me.
Right, I know, but I think you'll do fine.
So my dad is a queasy type of individual.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah. One time there was like,
He's full of surprises, you know.
yeah, there was like some rubber barf. Someone played a prank on him at work or whatever, and there was rubber barf, like prank one, and he dry heaved for like 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Does that feel out of character for Greg?
I'm not surprised. Well, I'm a little surprised.
Good is not hardy either.
See, this is where I get it from.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
He's fragile.
I'm conflating being good at man's doing things with hands and building things,
Sports.
and being hardy, and they're not the
He's
same
not.
thing.
He gets lots of man colds.
Hockey, yeah, right. That seems like a thing you would have to get.
Yeah, he gets injured a lot in hockey, though. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of Lauren in there.
injuries.
Yeah, I get it now.
Oh my God, I get all of
Yeah.
my fragility from my dad,
Yeah.
100%.
I told you are split down the middle.
Yeah, she is.
I am, but the fragility, dad,
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't have any comments there. Smile and nod.
See, exactly. Smile and nod. Oh, a lot of Wordle questions.
Oh, Wordle.
So Wordle is the amount of people who have DM me asking what Wordle is. It's so
Really?
interesting when people use DMs as a Google search. Like it is literally less work to just Google what is Wordle than to ask me every single day what is Wordle when you post your Wordle, and it is very shocking.
It's almost like they're thinking out loud.
No, but you would still have to like go out of your way. There are many extra more clicks to go DM me what is Wordle than just going to Google.
Do you
what is Wordle.
answer them and give them what they're looking for?
I probably get 150 questions about what is Wordle a day.
I just want to point out that Lauren does go through all of those DMs, but I remember the first time I sent the DM still went unanswered into the void. And
didn't
she's
know.
over here talking
I
about
didn't know.
150
I know
Wordles.
Wordles, but she didn't see yours.
Oh, what a cute dog. Nice to see you again. Because we are friends and you know me in real life. A bit.
Into the deep abyss.
Yep.
Is before I knew about the IG DMs.
That's her
Wordle.
story, and she's sticking
Yeah,
to
you can go
it.
back to Wordle.
So
Fine.
Wordle is this like letter / word guessing game where it gives you clues if you've guessed a letter within a word that is accurate and the placement is accurate. Anyway, I highly recommend just Googling what is Wordle if you're interested in learning.
Well,
what
or just
Wordle
DM
is.
Lauren. Yeah. If you want to get a better answer, yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway,
What do you like? Ask Jeeves. Remember that?
I love
Oh, yeah,
Ask
Ask
Jeeves.
Jeeves.
Like
Yeah.
if you just like what's Wordle and it just spits something back at you.
I loved
I
Ask
know.
Jeeves.
Yeah.
So did I.
Sorry, I
that was
derailed
great.
that. That was
I don't
great.
know. Wonder what happened.
Yeah,
to
where,
him.
what's
Ask.com?
Jeeves
I wonder if he's
doing?
unemployed.
You keep looking. You talk about Wordle. I'm gonna look up Ask.com.
Okay. So anyway, there's a daily Wordle, and there's only one word, and everyone has the same word, and so it's
Well,
like
usually.
it's like a phenom right now where everyone posts their Wordle score because it doesn't give away what the word actually is. So it's interesting to see like how many guesses it takes for someone to get the Wordle word, and so people want to know: do you use the same first starting word?
I rarely, I don't often use the same word. I
Really?
use different words all the time.
What was your starting Wordle word today?
I think irate.
Oh
So
my
what I
God.
normally do
Oh, that's good.
is
That's the good word.
Yeah, so
That's
there's
3
different
vowels.
philosophies on how
Oh, give
how
us
many
the Wordle
how
tea.
many vowels. So I have 2 friends that always use a do because it's got 4.
I'm sorry. Use what?
a do because it's got
ADI.
4
Oh, a
because
do.
it's got
Yeah,
4
yeah.
A do, got
vowels.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow,
so
that
it's got
is-
4
I've
4
never thought about
vowels.
that.
So
I was like an igloo.
No, but that's dumb because there's so many more consonants.
So
Yeah.
this is a discussion that but now I've been doing 3 vowels, like words with 3 vowels. So alone or I'm trying to think of some of the other ones I've used lately.
Tilly.
You need 5. It's 5 letters.
5.
Tilly's.
It's always,
Tilly's. There you go.
No,
that's. I think now
I
you're
will.
over.
well, and you never do one that has 2 of the same because
not efficient.
you're trying to.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm strategy 4. Got it. We'll go back to the first 3 ones that are good.
right.
Yeah. So what do you
I like.
do?
Sometimes I start with heart.
Oh, okay, because R and T are such common letters.
Yeah, R and T. Or if there's like a th or a sh or
Oh, this is great for everybody at home.
Yeah.
Still an audience.
and a
And
Heart-
someone goes, click, enough of that.
Heart's a good one, or
Stare.
steer's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I do train because T, R,
Train.
and N
That's a good
are
one.
common word,
Yeah.
common
My
consonants.
approach is 2 vowels and then 3 common consonants.
Right.
I would just start with
Sometimes
moose
I do
every
that.
time.
That's not an efficient one.
No,
But
it's
moose.
not.
But bubbies.
But anyway, I should reconsider my strategy because we have a group Wordle chat, and lately I've been at the bottom of the
Remedial
leaderboard.
Wordle.
I've been in remedial.
And I know
Wordle.
that that's something that you're not going to just take lightly.
No.
No. I'm going to have to address that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Wordle
Quietly at
school.
first,
Or-
and then more boldly.
Yeah, that's right.
I send my Wordle score to 3 different group chats every morning. There's 9 people total in these 3 group chats. It's more than that. 2, 5. Oh no, there's 9 because there's 5 people in our group chat. It's mom,
So-
dad, auntie, and Tina.
So today you'll do really well since Greg and I were blabbing.
Yeah,
on
blabbing
about-
out the answer. I'm like, I haven't
I
done
thought
my Wordle.
But at a certain point in time, it's like, what? Why would you ruin Men in Black 3? You should have seen it. You got to play.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, but it was 8 a.m.
Okay,
It was
well, that's
8 a.m.
that's a bit
You have
excessive.
24 hours. Yeah, no, they really
that-
fucked up my Wordle for today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's on you
You were
guys.
overreaching. Yeah.
That's on you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's like between the hours of 9 p.m. and 12 a.m. when it's about to flip, okay, maybe.
I think I was confused because you responded in the Wordle chat. So I
You
thought,
obviously didn't read my response. I don't even know if I responded. I think I thumbs down Dad's Wordle.
Boo.
well, Greg didn't get it today.
Oh.
It's rough.
Failure.
Yeah, it's failure.
And so does every day a new day you start at 0, or does it like give
It
you
keeps
your
your streak.
your cumulative score?
Yeah.
So if you got a good one going, you don't want to mess it up.
It gives you a little histogram too of your most common. Yeah.
It's like her sleep score when I came in at 4:30.
Yeah.
One
it's
good
not
day,
great.
and then back to nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah, I haven't played Wordle, and I got to be honest, I'm too far gone. You guys, the train has left the station.
That's not true. You can Wordle anytime.
Wordle that's the attraction of Wordle is that anybody can win Wordle because it's a combination
You win?
of strategy and
You're
no.
just playing against yourself.
Okay.
You're playing but in your group chat because it's a combination of luck and strategy.
Yes.
So anybody can win Wordle. Like so for Greg and I, if we play Upwards or Scrabble, he rarely wins, right? But
Because-
we both have an equal chance of winning Wordle because 50% of it
Dad's
is
actually been
luck.
crushing you in Wordle lately.
I know.
Except for today.
Today.
Yeah, except for today.
So that's why she had to bring the Scrabble thing. She's like, yeah, guys, I'm usually pretty good at Scrabble.
crush in Scrabble.
Wordle's not been so good.
Yeah. Well, no, I could just consistently be Greg.
We
Some people I lose
This is
to
like
all
a
the time.
Wordle advertisement. New York Times
I
should be
know.
coughing up some
I
big
know.
bucks right
I
now for
know.
this
I don't
Wordle ad
think-
placement.
I don't think Wordle's
Well,
going to be coughing
You know
up
who
big
I'll be
bucks for
calling
us.
after this?
Who?
The New York Times, and telling them, we'll take it out. We'll take the section right out of here if we don't
Yeah.
get some love.
Yeah.
And they'll say, sir, this is the support line. Did you want to cancel your paper or not?
Yeah.
I love that people are obsessed with something that is not dumb.
Like, right.
I love when people like are sitting there tweeting their answers.
It
I'm
reminds
like,
me,
this is
oh my
great.
God, you know what it is? It reminds me of Pokemon Go. When everyone was out in the world Pokemon going.
Well, see, this reminds me of the thing that happened once a day. There was like the live stream.
Oh, the game.
Yeah.
What was that game?
Oh, yeah. It was a
was a
trivia
trivia.
game. Yeah, but this is better because it only takes about 5 minutes. And then, like, you can't go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And you can do it
Yeah, what was
anytime
that
during the
game?
24 hours. Yeah, I remember.
They
and you were
brought it back during
competing.
this pandemic.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were competing against the world.
Yeah.
weren't
And you win money. And the winners, if you get all the way through the trivia, you split the winnings. They did like
Yeah.
$50,000 every day. And you split the winnings between whoever else wins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
that.
business didn't last very long.
Yeah, what? If you remember what that game is called, please let us know in the comments because
Or
it will drive me crazy.
If you can just put the closest thing you can think of in the comments, that also works.
That also works.
Or maybe we can ask Jeeves.
So I did find Ask Jeeves. It looks like
what's Steve's doing?
looks a lot more like Yahoo these days, to be honest.
Stuff.
Like, when's the last time you went to yahoo.com?
You know
Looks like
what? I actually know someone who uses Yahoo as their default browser.
Wow.
They're not like a friend of yours, are they?
It's Tiff.
That's a character flaw.
That's a character flaw for sure.
Yeah, Tiff.
That's a character flaw.
Yeah.
for
Hey, by the way,
sure.
first date, 10th date, 10 years into marriage,
Yeah.
I got to go.
You know
Yahoo?
what? You know what? That has the same energy as. It has the same energy as having an Android for me.
I think Yahoo is exceptionally worse.
Really?
I
Yeah.
would agree because Androids are nice, affordable phones that have lots of functionality. Where Yahoo,
I can't FaceTime you. I can't group chat with you.
But like WhatsApp works fine.
Yeah,
I can't,
people use WhatsApp.
But like I love to text from my computer, right? When you're working.
You can use WhatsApp on your computer.
Oh.
Some people use WhatsApp for everything, especially people in Europe.
WhatsApp is
used
great.
by 10 times as many people as iMessage.
No, WhatsApp is great. WhatsApp is great. That's not
Your
an
privilege
Android
is showing.
specific thing.
No, I get it. Like a lot of people use Android a lot.
Oh no, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have friends who are currently in an Android phase.
You know what it is too?
But Yahoo, I wouldn't even play.
I think it's actually some of the nerdiest and smartest tech people that I know that use Androids because there's so much customization that you can do on them.
You can jailbreak them too.
You can jailbreak them, right? And it's just like I just need the streamlined, pretty process of FaceTime and iMessage.
There is a workaround to get iMessage on Android now.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
You literally have to buy, or like they have a bunch of like this like refurbished iPhones.
Okay.
They clone your phone in a cloud, right? You don't have to like have it there, and they send it through the iPhone. That all it does is just sit there and plays your iMessage for you, and you can have iMessage for Android.
Oh,
But by the way, if I had Android, I don't know what that costs. I would be using that.
Huh. Right. To not piss people off like me.
Just to please you, yes.
Yes. That's what I thought.
Yes.
That's absolutely what I thought.
Yes.
What
Smile now.
was my name going to be if I wasn't Lauren?
Ralph.
Wasn't it like Megan?
Yeah, maybe. Though you know how there's names of the decade?
Yes.
You know,
Sarah,
so
Lauren, and Megan. Was everyone in my class. There was always like Sarah O, Sarah M, Sarah S.
Yeah. And Megan's and
Shit ton of
Lauren's.
Megans. A lot of Britneys.
Yeah, a lot of Britney.
A lot of Britneys.
And this was before Spears too.
This is before
Right.
Spears.
It almost makes sense if it was like early 2000s, but like this is before.
Yeah, this is before. What was my name if I was going to be a guy?
I can't even remember.
Did you find out before she
No.
popped? Really?
No.
And let's be clear, we're going to find out well
Oh
before,
my God,
right?
yeah, of course.
I have no interest.
I'm a planner.
I have no interest in surprises.
Yeah, no,
You're
no.
a planner. Why
I
would
know.
you-
I know. That's actually shocking.
I think.
Yeah, you hate surprises.
I don't even know whether they predicted the sex when you had your ultrasound back in the day.
In my time.
28 years ago, I don't even know whether they predicted at the point in which you got your ultrasound with 100% accuracy.
Oh, I'm sure it's not 100% accuracy.
With what the sex? Well, I think now it is. Yeah.
Now
'Cause
it's
I
in
think-
like 3D. You can see them in there. You can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're gonna like whiskey. They're football play. They can do everything. It's insane.
Well, it wasn't a thing then. So like
Oh.
people like weren't having like these
Gender
gender
reveal
reveal parties and all
Leave
that
the internet
jazz.
alone. We were bored.
Well, anyway,
We didn't have enough bad going on in our lives, so we just started shooting cannons off and lighting fires in forests.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of like the dumbest of things that have happened because
Right. People setting
Or
shit on
gender
fire.
reveal
Yeah,
photos.
for a gender
Yeah.
reveal. It's not worth it.
we are back with one of our favorite sponsors, BetterHelp. You know, Lauren and I are big supporters of prioritizing your mental health, and BetterHelp is here to help you do just that. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
Throughout my journey with anxiety, BetterHelp has been a huge asset. Being able to get the help I need from my own home has been crucial during this time. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. Changing counselors is also free and easy. I always talk about how finding the right therapist is kind of like dating, and sometimes it takes a few tries to get your right match. So being able to make that swap is huge for me personally. And I found after like 3 matches, I found the right therapist for me.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Wild Til 9 listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/WT9. That's BetterHelp.com/WT9. Whether it's saving more and spending less, getting organized, or losing weight, there's a lot of worthwhile goals to set for yourself in this year. At the top of my list is learning a new language with Babbel, the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Not only is learning a new language a fun and engaging new hobby, you can use it while you check off traveling more from your list. The whole Babbel process is addictively fun, fast, and easy. Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons for real-world use.
Jeremy and I have decided to use Babbel to learn, or in Jeremy's case, relearn Spanish. And honestly, it's been a breeze with the help of Babbel. I feel like in no time at all, Jeremy and I may be able to go back and forth a little bit in Spanish, and I'm excited for that. More ways for me to tell Jeremy he needs to get some sleep. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Seriously, guys, if you are looking to learn a new language, Babbel is the best way to do so.
Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of just 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code WILD. That's BABBEL.com, code WILD. Babbel, language for life.
Did I ever get in trouble at school? Like, did you ever, I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Or like did you ever have to get me out of a situation?
Ooh.
No, I don't think so.
I remember there was one situation where you called the principal to shit on a teacher, but that was like a situation. Remember with
Oh yeah, no, that was
what was that
Did
lady's
you?
name?
Ooh.
No, it was hilarious.
Let me get the popcorn.
This is actually a crazy story.
This story is crazy.
I can't even talk about this before. What was her
So
name?
I can't remember. So Lauren had, when she was in French immersion,
Right.
she had a French substitute teacher. I can't remember what happened to the original teacher. Anyway.
Oh,
she
the
went on. No,
long-term
she
one.
went on mat leave, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So this replacement teacher was like full out crazy.
batshit crazy.
And so you have to understand that French immersion kids are pretty, they're going to be, kids that speak English but are learning in French are a pretty tame bunch, right?
Right.
We're nerds.
Right?
Is what
Like
she's
there's
saying.
not a lot
She was
of...
dancing around it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
thanks.
a lot of well-behaved kids. There's a higher proportion, I would say, of well-behaved kids.
You elect for this, right?
You elect
Yes.
for this. You
Like-
choose this, or your parents force you, or whatever.
Right.
But and they're kids, yeah. But it's kids that have the academic potential to learn in 2 languages and that kind of thing. But this lady, she just had no control of the class, and one day she hid in the closet just to see what the kids would do. And then when, of course, they were just doing whatever kids do.
Because it was like she was in there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, they weren't destroying the classroom or anything,
Just
but
chatting.
they didn't have their textbooks out learning or anything. She jumped out of the class, out of the closet, and said, "Aha! I caught you!" and blah 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 blah.
She was like, "Now I
Freaked
know
out.
what all you kids do," or whatever.
and freaked out at them. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So when I went to talk to the principal, it was just like I think that's. I've heard a lot about the classroom, and I always just feel that people should have a chance to settle in the classroom and, try to be successful. And there's an onus on the children as
All
well
of it.
to help the teacher be successful, like all the things that you lead into a nice way. But don't you think it's a little disrespectful to the kids to be hiding in the closet and jumping out?
That's fuck. Also, that
But
would
he
never
knew.
happen now. Like that would never
But
happen.
if it did, you would just
Oh my god.
post. Like,
That's a viral
It
TikTok
would
right
be-
there.
it
Yeah.
would be viral. Yeah. So anyway, everybody else, he knew that she was
She
crazy.
didn't come back the next day.
Yeah, she didn't come back the next. But
what was
he
his response?
already knew.
Was he like, well, I'll have to hear, but like,
No. He knew, and he just tried to be as tactful as possible to tell me, I understand exactly what you're talking about. This is a very bad fit. She ain't coming back. But he said it in principally.
I'm sure that he was like,
principalese.
what the fuck is going on in this school
But
right
Can you
now?
imagine being a
already
principal?
knew. He already heard about
Yeah.
it. And he was probably like, oh my God.
But I think
deal
of
with that.
the conversations and the level of awkward that a principal has to go through every year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Every year. I
Yeah,
don't
you
care
could,
what school you
write
are.
a book. You could easily just write a book
They
about
should
all the crazy
be
things.
Hollywood like screenwriters.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, for sure.
the things and the weird stuff that happened in my high school and every other high school, I'm sure, far outpaces the fantasy of most. It's like you did what?
They did what? I know. It's like,
The guys, we are, a special kind of idiot between the age of 14 and 18. Especially in small groups with a closed door when we're supposed to be doing anything else besides
Raging
being
hormones.
idiots.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, it does.
stupid.
Stupid.
So stupid.
Big time stupid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah, so they probably think, oh no, they would never do that. Oh my God. They did
Oh my
that.
God.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it was
Yeah.
crazy. We were coming back from like gym class, right? And so she had something written on the board, like
Oh,
trying to tell us
yeah,
what to do.
And of course, nobody did it.
And I
No.
was like, shit.
That's like,
yeah, that was
that's like standard fare. They're
Yeah.
kids. Like,
We're in grade 7.
yeah, like,
Yeah. We're in,
the reason that they're in school learning something is because they weren't going to do it by themselves and be self-starters in geography today. Like, no, like, you got to sit down, do this, and when
Yeah.
you're done, you can go play.
Well, I think that's your job, right?
Yeah,
it's
like,
literally her job as an instructor.
ah, I caught you. You need me.
That's literally what it was. And so she was in there. But it's just like so crazy to think about. She was in the closet for 20
20
minutes. No, so this is the days, like she's not like she's like a phone playing Candy Crush in there. She literally would have been like peeping in there or like just like sitting and thinking, waiting when to jump out.
Like, what do you, can you
I'm
imagine?
sure she was taking notes of who was doing what.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, in a world where that actually got put on a file, right? Let's say there was a central, like, file where why you're not allowed back to places, and like,
Yeah.
you know, like the next person. So it says here that in your last role
You hid in the
for
closet.
20 minutes.
can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I'm sure you have a side of the story here. What was that?
I think she was retired and just a casual
I thought you were about to
teacher.
say a different R word.
Back in my day.
That word was socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I think wasn't she retired?
Yeah, she came into retirement.
Well, she was
Retirement.
after that little
Yeah, I
incident.
think that was probably
Oh my
the
God,
end
I
of
wish
her
I could remember
career.
her name.
Yeah.
What it
I think that
was.
was the only time I actually picked up the phone and
Yeah.
talked to the principal.
Yeah.
Well, if the teacher's there and they've been there and like you think they're going to be there after that day, it's like probably best to work with them. But like, let's get this sub out, get somebody else new in there. This
Also,
isn't going to work.
I'm sure half of the parents had to make a call.
Oh yeah, no, he already knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew. I wasn't the first one on the phone.
Right.
I can't imagine a world where the thing that I was originally majoring in, which was education, ended up working out because I just can't imagine living my life and hearing those stories forever and ever and just being like, yeah, it's just life, normal.
Well, when I like watch Euphoria and they're in high school,
Oh,
it's like
God.
so crazy. Oh my God, to think about like how even if an ounce of any of Euphoria is true, it's so crazy to think about like how that could be high school.
That's birth control. They should have showed that in health class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just gone a little harder on the drugs program. Or no, not drugs, DARE.
Dare.
Is it
Did
Dare?
Canada have Dare too?
What's there?
No,
Dare,
it is,
do-
drugs,
Use drugs, alcohol.
alcohol.
Just hold on.
It's an acronym and it's like their anti-drug
By the way,
campaign.
for whatever,
Oh,
however
okay.
much they put into it, you've got 0 for 2 here
Yes,
on being
it's
able
like
to.
on being able to talk
Let's
about
see.
it.
Drugs. Oh, to
Drugs, alcohol.
This isn't how acronyms work.
It's DAP something.
No, but like even on the shirts they sell, it's like D.A.
To resist drugs and violence. Is it just a saying? It's not an acronym at all. Wait, drug abuse resistance education.
Drug abuse
resistance
resistance education.
I would say right now,
No one is going to remember
a
that.
group of very old, very boring men came up with that acronym.
Yeah.
They're like, what do we call it? DARE. And they're like,
Drug.
genius.
What is it? Drug resistance.
I'll do it one more time. It's catchy once you get it. Drug abuse resistance education.
Whoa, we need a rebrand on that.
Yeah.
But okay, but maybe they're trying to make dare like sound that
But-
would be attractive to a teenager, like a dare.
Okay, and then
right?
be like, oh, I dare you to do crack cocaine. You know what I mean? Like, I think that they're not really driving home the right messaging. Also, you have to watch Euphoria. This season is
Don't watch Euphoria.
truly incredible.
I don't think that would be our thing.
Okay, but like even just
There's
the
1,000 too many penises for your dad. Like, there's 1,000 too many.
Oh my God, you're
We're
so
still
right.
laughing about the penis, so that was on Righteous Gemstones.
Oh
the
That
my
other
was
God,
funny.
that was a funny
Greg-
penis.
Greg
That
and
was
I
a
are
welcome
stu-
penis.
Oh,
The
that was
Euphoria
hilarious.
penises, too many.
That was a
Okay.
comedic. That was a great comedic timing penis.
Yeah, that one-
yeah,
Oh,
That one,
exactly.
that was
I-
hilarious.
It was oddly enough, it happened. You go, yeah, that's
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was comedy. That was
what a
comedy
great time
gold.
for a terrible thing to happen to someone.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
yeah.
You're right. There's too many penises in season 2 of
I mean,
Euphoria.
the
for
very
my
first
dad.
scene is just like a locker room
Oh my God. You probably see 10 dicks.
in the first scene.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Even outside of that, though, so many penises.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, the acting is incredible. Zendaya is amazing.
In between the penises, the acting.
I think we're
Yeah.
just too far from high school to be able to relate in any
You're
way
right. It's
to
gonna
that.
be too jarring.
Well, also,
or unrelatable for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's near unrelatable for us. It's
Oh my God. Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is actually I talked to a high schooler and I was like, is your high school like this? And she was like, yeah, kinda. And I was like, damn. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even like watching like the new Gossip Girl, like that does seem realistic. A
Yeah.
lot of that, minus them being rich as shit and like, yeah, having access to like the craziest like parties and events and like membership only.
But also, there's all TV has always showed us. Here's what you can't have, but you can see just enough of to like
Right.
understand how cool that would be.
Right.
Whereas like Euphoria is like everyone's kind of broke. Some people are doing drugs. Some people are trying to do well. Some people are doing poor. Like it shows the gamut.
Right.
It really does.
Whereas
Yeah.
just like that, everything else is just like, how is everyone rich?
Yeah,
Right.
right. That's
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's the Gossip Girl
Right.
vibe though. But yeah,
Like,
Euphoria is fuck. It's crazy.
The only person that's having money issues is like, I think I'll have to move to another area because the current like Manhattan apartment is too much. Like,
Which, you know what, isn't probably that far off of being realistic.
right, but I'm saying if that's the worst thing that can happen financially to anyone in
Yes.
your friend circle,
Yes.
like they
Yes.
can no longer live in a high rise
Yeah.
Manhattan, like,
Right.
like
As
we'll
opposed to living in a car.
no, we'll go live. Yeah, exactly. We'll go live in the house we already own in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah, and by the way, there was an whole episode where we felt bad about that. Like, so, like that's like where I feel our perspective is with Gossip Girl.
Right.
Yeah,
Another question people want to know is there something different that you would have done if you could go back and raise me?
Oh, jeez.
I know that I'm
it's a dark question.
I'm practically perfect.
Is there anything that you think that she should have done differently?
Yeah. I can.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed doing less math workbooks in the summer.
You know what? We don't.
Like,
I need you to be as good, at least as good at math as you are.
Oh my
we
God.
can't go back any phases.
It's so funny because Lauren always thought that everybody did workbooks in the summer. And I don't know, it took her like 10 years to figure out what? You don't do workbooks in the summer.
that might be the most Asian thing that you've done.
I wasn't going to say it, but that's what I was thinking.
That
Yeah.
is the most Asian thing. Between that and starting piano at like age 4, those are the two single most Asian things.
Okay, if that's Asian, then I might as well be Asian because I did both of those things for at least till I was about 7 or 8 and played piano at 4.
Although you and Donna have many differences, there are a lot of similarities. Like between that and being forced to write so many handwritten thank you cards every time we received a gift. And also Mavis Beacon typing class.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you two are, there's very few people who type on QWERTY Home Row, right? And both of you type on QWERTY Home Row.
I crushed Jeremy in speed typing.
She did.
Yeah, I know. Mavis Beacon, my girl.
I can't even contest. It was a clear winner.
Yeah, I would have done less math workbooks.
Oh, the other thing she had to do is, you know, when they're little, you can take them out of school to go on family vacation.
Right.
But we made her do a daily journal.
Oh, yeah,
on
that's
her
right.
Family vacation. So she had to document her whole trip to Disney.
Okay, but also you guys also we had to
Using
rotate.
cursive.
And then she became a vlogger.
Thank
where-
you.
oh my
Thank
God,
you.
the
Thank you.
origin of
I
the
know.
vlog.
Thank you.
Weird. Create a narrative of your day and monetize it. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
Thank
quite
you.
monetized.
Yeah.
No, but like a lot of those workbooks,
It turned
though,
out to be monetized.
You and Dad had to do work too because remember we'd have to alternate on who drew the picture of like what the day was.
Oh, I don't remember that. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I think Dad only contributed that because
No. I vividly
You
remember
saw yourself out of that. You're like, yeah, we should take turns.
that you drew an airplane once, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this shit?
It's an airplane.
And Dad's a pretty good drawer. He's very slow, but he's a pretty good drawer.
Methodical.
Not someone that you want on your Pictionary
Picture
team
team
when you're
is too
focusing on
slow.
speed drawing.
Well, you know, I believe Da Vinci took half of his life to get that ceiling done.
That's
I
sad.
think Greg would have had a quarter done. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wasn't
But it looked great.
necessarily
He'd
quick.
still be laying it out.
Yeah.
doing
He's
the
like,
plans.
no, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off
Yeah, change mine on the
tomorrow.
colors.
Tomorrow we're gonna get
Yeah.
started. Yeah.
So less workbooks, less vacation homework. And also I would have loved to do a few dance classes. I'm not
You never wanted to do
Or
dance
I don't know.
classes.
Stretch, touch your toes before the age of 4.
She can't touch her toes either.
I can. I absolutely can touch my
I think it's because your
toes.
legs are just shorter though.
Anyway,
I
you
mean-
didn't want to take dance
I
classes.
know.
I
I
think-
wish you would just put me in dance class. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like outside of dance, I'm a really well-rounded athlete. Like I learned to swim, I did skating, I did like soccer and basketball and volleyball. And like, so I have the basics of all of those. The only thing I can't do that I wish I could because I could monetize it on TikTok is dance.
Yeah. You know, I think it'll be okay.
You know what?
By the way, it's never too late to start.
Yeah.
No, one of these things.
Yeah, that's not on us.
Yeah.
You're like, we only look after maybe the first, 16 years.
And then you're on your own.
You're
You do
packing
live-
your own parachute.
And I do mean a mile away from, or 2 miles away, or 3 miles away from just about every professional dancer in Los Angeles. So
Yeah,
like,
and you're only good friends with Kyle
Hanagami.
Hanagami, yeah.
Who is like one of the top choreographers in the entire world. But here's what I think though, is I think that if Kyle Hanagami can't teach me how to dance, I think that I'm just a lost cause.
I think Kyle would say he could teach you. You just don't have the time, and he doesn't have the time to get you there.
Or the patience.
So anyway, that is not on Dad and us.
Okay,
You still
fine.
have your whole lifetime to learn how to dance. Look at
just
me,
think-
I can swimming, learning to swim.
yeah,
now,
Mom
right?
saying swimming lessons.
And I'm going to start those as well. I just,
You can swim.
I can swim.
Right after you join the gym.
Right.
You basically have flippers.
Well, how am I supposed to get there?
Oh my God, yeah, update Jeremy's Teslas. We're getting closer and closest to a Prius.
A gently used Corolla.
A gently used Corolla. Why did you get a gently used Camrys? Camrys last forever.
I've
Toyota Corollas last
The
forever.
only
too.
car I've ever owned is the Toyota Camry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. And by the way, it worked just fine when I said goodbye to her and moved to LA.
I think it probably just works just fine still now.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
alive.
it's probably still going
If you have it, I'd buy it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at this point. Yeah, right.
it's fine.
People want to know also too. Okay, so this is a touchy subject,
Oh God.
and so I want everyone to know that Mom and I are not getting matching mother-daughter tattoos.
Oh God.
We're not
tattoo
getting. There are
question.
no tattoos in our near future together.
What could a question about tattoos possibly be? Because
Well, no,
everybody
this is-
knows.
this is
you
actually-
read and go,
No,
oh, I should ask
this is
my
actually
mom
a good.
this.
This is actually a good question because we have
What?
navigated this through 11 tattoos. How?
Why'd you put a number to it? That just that.
Because I need to build up the confidence that Mom and I have experienced this. Is how should
Oh God.
how should people with tattoo disapproving parents approach this subject? And the answer is not don't get a tattoo because that is not realistic. And I know that's where your mind was going.
Well, I think I don't. There is no answer since you don't tell me until after it's done.
No. I made the mistake of the first one of telling you, and then you were still devastated. I told Mom a year in advance before I got my first tattoo. I told her what I was getting. I told her where I was getting it. I told you why I was getting it. And then a year leading up to it, the day after I got it, you're still devastated. So I was like, why are we going to put ourselves through the trauma of that first year?
Right. So in our particular circumstance, this is just one of those things where we're not going to agree.
Agree to disagree.
So there is no discussion of it. It just happens,
so you
and
think
I'm a
that-
passive bystander.
I'm a victim.
Here I
I'm
am,
just hit by that bus, and
assaulted
I just-
again by my daughters.
and I just lay flat on the ground.
So the rest of the podcast audio got corrupted, which we super do not love. But basically, to close that conversation, MomDIY was super in support of getting matching tattoos. She very much loves them, and she thinks that you should approach your parents with maybe an idea for matching tattoos.
Yes, that is what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
That is what happened.
That is exactly what happened. And-
Anything else?
And no, we're super bummed the rest of the audio got corrupted. And we are going to be ordering new audio tech thingies to make sure this doesn't happen. Right? New audio
Yeah.
tech thingies? Is that the
No,
proper
we're not.
term?
Probably gonna roll the dice a little.
Oh, we're going to roll the dice 2 more times. Okay,
Yeah.
fun. Super fun. But a huge thank you to Mom DIY for coming on the pod. Truthfully, there wasn't a ton more minutes left in the podcast anyways, but I was saving the tattoo banger question for the end, and we'll just have to have Mom DIY on again to elaborate herself.
I think we could probably just leave the tattoo conversation there.
Okay, goodbye!